Thanks for joining us for the AccuClass Getting Started webinar. And I just wanted to start off here at our website, engineerica.com/AccuClass. This is where you can get started with a new account. If you're a new user, you'll want to click on this link here from our main site here. It'll take you right to creating a account. And so you simply just fill in the blanks here, first, last name, your position, and everything down here. Now when you go to fill this out, you're going to be able to choose what kind of an account you want. There's actually two different accounts, either institutional account or a single instructor. There are some limitations, so you want to choose accordingly. Basically the single instructor account, you can track up to, I believe it's 5 classes as a single instructor, and the institutional account, you could have multiple instructors and admins on that account. There's more information if you go back to here and you read through all this here. It goes through all the different options that you have. Alright, and when you get through here picking out what you want to do, and my example, I basically set up an Extractor account here. And you just come up with a password here. Alright, and then you'll have to put in this screen captcha. Alright, and once you have read the terms here, you can go ahead and accept that and create the account. Okay, and it says I'm already registered. I just wanted to show you that it's just pretty much that easy. When you actually get this all set up and you're registered, you can actually go to the login. You can actually access that too from the main site here. Okay, now this is going to be pretty standard here. You have your single instructor account or institutional account, and there's only really one difference. The domain, if you have an institutional account, would be whatever the domain is for you. Like, for instance, it could have been my college, and you would have set that up through those steps on the previous page. Now, when you create your account, you're actually going to have to confirm that your email is correct here. So as you can see, I have an email here from AccuClass, and basically I have to click on this to register my account. So once I do that, I'm going to get a notice saying that my email has been verified when I click on that. So from verifying the account, you can actually click here as well to get to the login page. Alright, so mine's a single instructor. I'm going to go ahead and quickly log in. Okay, and when it is logged in here to the account, you're normally, if it's a brand new account, going to have a checklist here. Since I don't, I'm actually going to go off the website to the support here section. On the right, there's a support section, and the very first thing in the support is a quick start guide. So we're going to follow along the quick start guide. The reason why I don't have my list here is because I've actually already went ahead and did some of the stuff. But right here, the first thing you'll want to do is set up your time zone and semester. Alright, now to do the time zone, you're going to want to go down to your settings under advanced options and simply choose one of the time zones. Now if you're outside of these the main 4, you can actually do show all time zones, and you'll get a whole list of all your time zones. Once you've got the correct one go ahead and save here. Alright, and that's simply all you have to do for time zone. The next thing here is we need to give our classes a semester so that they can have a time frame in which they occur. As you can see, I have summer 2013 already in here. We'll just go ahead and create a new one just so you can see how easy that is, and I just clicked on create new once I got over to the semester section. We're going to call this fall 2013. Now I can't have these overlap, and it should actually tell me if they do. So let's go ahead and go out to starting August 31st, and we'll have it in December 31st. Save that. Okay, and that's pretty much it. You're just giving it dates. So you know, this one ends July 31st. I have this one starting August 31st. And if you ever want to edit those dates, you'll just from the semester screen here, you just click on it, and like for instance, wait, we were actually going to get started on, you know, the 15th or even the first day of that week. So let's save that, and it'll update it here. And what this does, it gives you a way to report as well and take the attendance for that entire semester. So you want your semesters to be as long as those classes are going to be. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back to the home page. Now you can do that two ways. There's a home icon here, or just click on the AccuClass logo up here. Alright, so now that we've set up our semesters, let's go back to our quick start guide. And the next thing we have to do is enter some students. Now this can be done either via import, or you can actually go ahead and manually create them. I'm going to show you how to do this manually, as the import is pretty standard. There's going to be some instructions on how to do that import, and we may do another webinar on how to do that. But let's go ahead and add a student by clicking on Students in Enrollment. As you see, I already have my one student here. So what's necessary for a new student? Well, we're going to have to give them a unique ID. So I'm going to just go with all sixes, following my normal format, which I just have 9 numbers. Now you'll see when I put in a unique ID, this is what they would actually log in with, but it also assigns them a card number once I tab out of that field of the same number. Now if you guys have a different card number, you could actually put in that card number. So when we use the swiping feature in the future, you'll be able to use that. Alright, and then they just need a first and a last name, really. So we're going to make Mike Smith. And you can also provide their email if you'd like, but it's not required. So we're going to go ahead and save that. Okay, so there we have our student, Mike Smith. Alright, and I'm going to go back to the home page because we're on to the next step. So we've got our student in there. Now we're going to go ahead and enter a class for the students. So from there, the classes on the main page here, we're going to go to View, Edit Classes. Okay, I've already got one in here, but I want to create another one. Okay, so first thing I want to do is tell it what semester. So this is going to be registering for the summer, because that's what's currently going on, and I want to be able to show you guys what, how to take attendance and everything for that. We're going to give the class a unique code. Most of you guys will have your own unique codes that this is going to follow anyway. And then a name, so just something to call it. So like English comp. Okay. And then the other thing you can do is give it a department. Now these would actually have to be created. You can see I created one called Department Mathematics, and they're not even necessary, so we can actually just leave that blank. The next thing for this class, we have to put in a schedule. So this is the times that it's going to occur. First thing let's just say we meet Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, so we're going to add Monday, and all I did was I simply clicked on this drop down and selected the day of the week that it's going to occur. So we said Monday, Tuesday, and then what was it, Friday? No, Thursday, I think I said. Okay. So now we've got our days of the week. These are when the class is going to occur, and we need to specify what times. Alright, so this is important because when you're going to swipe and there's different rules that you have set up, and we'll go into some of those, you know, you're going to want to be able to record, you know, what time. Now see, it already knows that I picked 2 p.m., so on the out time, it's going to, you know, kind of give you an idea. Okay, 3 p.m. is 1 hour, 3:30 would be 1.5. So you just choose how long your class is. So let's say we have 2-hour classes. Okay, so on Monday we meet at 2. Tuesday we meet at 2:30, and Thursday is our late class, but it's only an hour, so it's from 3 to 4. Okay, and now also here we have an in, and you're going to get basically be able to choose a room that this course is actually being taken place in, and you will have one in there already. It's like a sample room that they created. So if you had to if you didn't have one created, you could go ahead and select it. And I'll show you, we can actually create a room. It's not in one of our steps here, but so let's go ahead and save this now. Okay, it says the classroom can't be empty, so if you haven't created a classroom, then you'll just select one of the ones that are already in there. And I actually had created this one here, but you'll have like a sample one, I believe, when you first start off. Okay, so now this takes us to some of the other sections that we can do. It's not really part of the steps in that guide, but you can create a department if you'd like. Like I said, this is not necessary. It could be used later on for reporting, but let's say we're going to create an English Studies department. So now we have Math and English Studies. We can go back to classes here, and if we wanted to, we could actually assign that. You don't have to, like I said, but you can assign it to that, and you'll see it's part of that department now. The other thing is we can go to our classrooms and add a new class. So let's say we want to call this room 101, and you can describe, you know, where it is. You know, maybe it's in the 200 building or something. So, alright, and it just basically gives it a description. You don't have to have alright, so once we've got that added here, I'm actually going to go back to the classes, and we're going to change that room for our class here. So what I would do is I just delete what I have in there, and we're going to choose 101 because that's where we're going to be meeting for our English. Alright, so delete and click on 101. Now these fields, basically they try to guess at what you put in there, so that's why when I had the Archibald Auditorium, it was trying to guess at what I wanted. So I've got the rooms updated and saving it. So that's all we have to do as far as the classes. We've given it a schedule, which was necessary, and we gave it a room where it was occurring, and the unique code and name, and what semester it's part of. Like I said, the department's not necessary, but we also did that. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go back to the home and go back to our guide. Alright, the next thing we need to do is enroll our students. They need to be assigned to that class now so that they can be tracked for attendance. There's two ways. In the guide, I actually show you how you can pick a student, like for instance our Mike Smith here, and you can manage their enrollment. So there's a couple ways. When you get here to the students, there's an enrollment link here, or on the actual student you can do the more actions and manage enrollment. And this is actually pretty simple. So right now you can see he's brand new, so he doesn't have any enrollment. I just click in the box and it'll show me what's available. Now let's say I have a whole course list in here, and but I know which one I want him to be enrolled in. So I can start typing it. It will actually guess what I want, and I can click on it and then click Add Class. So you'll see now that he's enrolled in Math 101. I can either click drop or minus if I accidentally chose the wrong one. So we're going to actually give him both classes that we have, and once I don't have to hit save or anything, because once I hit Add Class, it's up here and it's saved to Mike Smith. So I can click on Home, and if I go back to Mike Smith and manage his enrollment, it's here. And like I said, you can get to it this way as well. Alright, so we're going to go back. And now that we have them enrolled, we can actually, I'm going to enroll our other student here in just the same way. Alright, just give us some students here to do attendance for. We're going to go to the next step here, and we're going to actually record some attendance. Now there's several different ways you can do that. The most common method is going to be by calling roll. You can do this from your laptop. We're also going to have an AccuClass app that you can actually manage the attendance that way from. You could have a computer set up as a sign-in station, or if you purchase the time clocks, we're going to have wall-mounted time clock support. Now the computer sign-in station, it comes in a variety of forms. They could either swipe their mag stripe if they have those on the back of their card IDs and you guys purchase the readers. There's barcode readers, and also this is new, it's RFID readers, where basically you would purchase these key fobs that the student gets registered to, and it basically just has a number on there, and it represents them in the system, and they just tap this reader and it actually pulls their ID off that key fob. So you have a bunch of different ways. What I'm going to do is just show you the basic way of calling roll through the system. So we're going to go to the attendance section now, and we're going to do our roll call. So we're going to pick our class session, and it'll actually, if you just click in that box, tell you what class is occurring. So we're going to do it for college algebra just because that's the one that's actually occurring right now. You can actually type in and get a different class if you'd like, if you want to manage something that's not already occurring, but this is the one that came up because the class is actually occurring at this moment. So we're going to click roll call. So we have our two students, Abby and Mike here, and there's a few things that I can do. I can either just go through and mark them, present, absent. I can tell them that they left early or that they were tardy, just based on what I click on here, if I was actually calling roll for the class. One of the other things that I could do is I could mark everybody as absent, and then if I had a whole list here, then I could go through, and if maybe they're present or whatever, I can mark them as present. If maybe they show up later on in the class, I can leave the screen up and click on tardy, but at least that way there's a actual mark all, and I can tell it, mark them all present, mark them all absent, excused, so I don't have to do them all individually. And in fact, I like that feature, like I said, to start off with everybody being absent, and as I call roll, then they get changed as to what they are. Now some of these things like left early, you don't want to have to go in here and manage yourself. But with some of those other methods that we were talking about, where they're actually swiping, and you can see we have a swipe a card here method. So if they were to swipe, in or out late, they'd get a tardy. If they were to leave early, like, there's different rules that we have set up for that. It would actually record that and change the roll for that day. And if you actually swipe somebody, like, let's go ahead and use our example student here. I have Mike Smith here. We're going to say it was for algebra, and we're going to have him swipe. When you save the swipe, if you notice, it keeps the session still up there, and it's ready for the next card number. So if you had a whole bunch of students waiting in line, you could go ahead and take the next one. Alright, so I'm going to close this, go back to my roll call. Okay, and you can see that it actually marked him absent because the time frame for this is 9:04, and the class was at 8 o'clock, I believe. Yeah, and it's showing 5:04, but this is on server time, so we're gonna change that here. It needs to be the actual time that you guys have set. So, but you can see though that it marked it absent, and then it actually will show you the details when you click on View Details down here on the end. Okay, so let's go back to the home screen. Now that we've recorded our attendance, the next thing that we want to do is we want to be able to view and edit the attendance data in a organized fashion. So we're going to go and look at that. And this is what we call our attendance sheet in the attendance section. So we're going to click on attendance sheet, and we're going to go ahead and choose college algebra here and just view attendance. Okay, so these are the days so far that the classes occurred. And basically you can see our Abby here, she was present for 3 times. It actually gives you a summary underneath their name as well of what their attendance thus far has been. And Mike Smith, he's new. We just actually created him today. So he's actually got an absent because we signed him in after the class occurred. I can always go ahead and change that, say that maybe it was my fault or something like that, so I can go ahead and excuse the absence or just make it present. And the way I do that is up here. I have the day of the week that the class has occurred, and if I want to change any one of these, I can actually click on those and call the roll for that day. Essentially, takes me to that screen for that day to manage the attendance. Now, another thing, if I have a bunch of people and I just want to kind of get a graph view of this and I don't want to see these summaries, I can actually hide the totals from this screen. So if I had a bunch of students, I just have one big graph with all these, and they're color coded accordingly to what each one of those represents. So like green was present, red was absent, and I think we're going to get a key down here so that we can see exactly what that is from this screen as well. Alright, so let's manage this day here. We're actually going to excuse him because it was our fault. We signed him in after the class had occurred. Didn't realize we had a new student or something. So, and the other cool thing is once I clicked on excuse here, there's no like save or anything like that, so it's already recorded that. So if I were to go to the home page, go back to the attendance sheet and pull that class up, we can see now that it's already been updated to excused. If I hide the totals, it's there too. Okay. Now, one of the cool things I can do, I can also, while I'm on this attendance sheet, if I would like to manage who's enrolled, I can actually click here on enrollment, and it brings me up the enrollment for for that class where I can see everybody and drop whoever I need to if somebody left the class or something like that. The other cool thing is I can change the class here from this screen. So like let's say I'm done with my math and now I want to view my English attendance. Now we haven't called the roll for any of these days, and I believe they occurred later in the evening, so we could actually take a look and say, oh, I didn't have everything set up and ready to go on Monday, so let me go ahead and make sure that everybody is marked as present because I had everybody there, I just didn't get it done. So I went ahead and I just did mark all as present. You can see they're present. So now if I go back to our attendance sheet and view the attendance for English Comp, Monday is now everybody is present. Alright, so now we're on to, I believe, the last step here. And this is when you're finished with all of your attendance reporting for that semester, or whenever you need to pull a report on your attendance. So right here, this would be to export your class attendance data. Alright, so we're going to go back to the home screen, and in our last section here, you'll see not only do we have the import data, which a lot of this stuff can be imported. We didn't go into it, but your students, your classes, even the enrollment can all be imported. And that's where you would go, is import data here. Now under advanced option, export data, this is where we can download a report and get our information. So what you would do, for your attendance, or you would download your raw swipes here, and you just click on the link, it'll queue the job, and then click right here to view your swipes. So that's how you'd get your attendance. Alright, I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions, you can contact us at support@engineerica.com, and I hope this was helpful. Alright, and have a great day.